Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the IceHQ Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Warrandungi Woiwurrunga traditional lands. IceHQ Pro League Round 2, Snipers vs Reservoir Dogs. I'm Nikki Weinheimer, and joining me tonight is Anton Goss and Carl Brewer.
Thanks very much, Nikki. It's great to have you along tonight to help us with the commentary for this Pro League we have here for the women. So Gossie and I will be taking you through here with Nikki helping us out. So this is the first time we've seen the Dogs, and we've got Riley has transferred over to her being the coach, not the captain as well. Gossie and Nikki, how do you think that's going to change how the team will play? We haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, look, I think we saw last week, Carl, early on in the game, both the Snipers and the Inferno just really learning how to click with one another, who they were playing with, their line mates, connecting on some of those passes. Obviously, the Snipers turned it on, and it was really, they were down with 3 minutes left in the third period, and that's when we saw Bedafor, Neela Brenning, and then Ashley Aparicio able to get on the score sheet, and they came out winners 3-1. I'd imagine we're going to see some of that from the Dogs, a little bit of trepidation to begin with, and they're going to have to try to hold back some of that Sniper momentum.
Well, that's right. I think because the Snipers have played that one game, and we did see last week, first period and a half, it was pretty sloppy. And as you say, Gossie took them a little bit of a while to find that rhythm, but in the third period, it was much more intense. And not only that, but the shots on the net became a lot better. It was a bit of a goalie fest last week. The goalkeepers, both goaltenders last week had pretty good days out. In particular,
Michaela
was outstanding. She had a .967 save percentage, which is just incredible. But a lot of that was because the first two periods, there wasn't much pressure on her because the attack just didn't have that flow and that rhythm. Yeah, but in the third, it changed.
A lot of it was kept to the outside, and we commented on it during that game, Carl. The Snipers really seemed to push that forecheck. They were really trying to flush the Inferno out. So I think they're probably going to come out with a little bit of push. And today the Snipers as well, last week they played without a coach. They've got Drew Coffray today on the bench. So he'll be delivering a few messages on the bench there, just helping out with some of that structure that they might have missed. But looking at the Doggies, I mean, they've got some good leadership on their team, and none more than Steph Cochran, who's going to be captaining the side here, the Canadian, with Riley Ellis turning coach. What are your thoughts, Nikki, on the Dogs?
Well, with the Dogs, they're going to be coming out hot first game, trying to improve that point, make them mark for the series. They would have watched or assumed to watch last week's game, so sort of watching the Snipers play to sort of see how they can get on the board first or make that win for tonight's game.
Well, they certainly had a chance to do their homework. We had Riley in here with us last week, and she wasn't doing that much commentary. She was doing an awful lot of study, and so she's now coaching them, so she'll certainly have some notes on them. I don't know that they've had much in the way of opportunities to train together as a team. The interesting thing will be, will they suffer from the same malaise, I guess, or just lack of general coordination in the first period or two until they start to combine and find their rhythm? There's a bunch of players there who haven't played together much before, but it'll see how we go. We've got to be careful too. I think last week the Snipers, they fell victim a bit to penalties. They got 4 lots of penalties that they had to kill last week. They need to make sure that they can cut down on penalty counts. You don't want to just give that away. We all know what that does to the game. But they were pretty good on the penalty kill. Dufour scored that first goal on the penalty kill last week, and that brought them back to tying it all up with a great solo effort when she involved herself in the attack there as well.
She'll be the key woman there for the Dogs to shut down. I think we didn't see it early in the game, but as the game grew on, we started to see B running that out from behind.
Yep.
And she was able to get the puck and transport it literally from the defensive zone all the way into the offensive zone. And that goal, it was all her, right? She took it behind the net, came out front, brought it into the slot, and then dove and batted it out of the air. And that really sparked some life underneath the Snipers. And from there, they were the best team by far.
Certainly lit the fire. What I'm particularly looking forward to tonight for the Dogs is Neve Gallagher. It's the first time we've seen her here at this level. She was an outstanding defensive player in the CCM National Women's Tournament just a couple of months ago here. To my mind, she was the player of that tournament, and she's here tonight playing for the Doggies. And so she's very much a stay-at-home defensive player. You won't see her integrating much in the attack, but I tell you what, when she's on the ice, it's pretty hard to score a goal. She's very, very effective at reading the play. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Neve Gallagher. As you say, D to 4 for the Snipers will be outstanding last week, and we're expecting big things from Neela Brenning. We know she can score goals as well. She was particularly effective.
Just a roster move as well with Riley moving on to the coach. The Dogs actually picked up Tara Yates, who has 2 seasons with the Melbourne Ice women, so she'll be playing number 16 for the doggies, and we're ready for puck drop here, as it is Danielle Butler going up against the captain, Georgia Moore, who'll be playing forward, it looks like, tonight.
And we're underway.
So Snipers win that forward, but collected by the Dogs and sent up onto the half wall there looking for Godfrey. Comes out into the middle, but it's Emily Davis-Tope who collects it only momentarily until it's, again, that Godfrey able to send that deep into the Sniper zone. Battle here on the half wall, and it's Davis-Tope who collects it. She just takes that into the corner and sends it over to B. DeFour. B with it, just tried to chip that up to Moore, but collected nicely there by Butler. Butler back to the defense, tried to chip that off the wall and collects. Here's Danielle Butler. She's got Godfrey with her. Butler over the half wall, and just there, it's the linesman, Wally. Just seeing the Dogs player just tiptoe offside there.
So it's Godfrey who just millimetres ahead. I don't mind when that happens, Gossie, because at least they're having a go on the burst and trying to create that opportunity. So it's not an issue when you get that offside. In those instances, it's not a lack of attention. It's just a slight mismatch of timing.
So here's Neela Brenning on the ice for the first time for the Snipers, and she wins that forward to her winger, but collected there by Gallagher, who sends that into the Sniper zone. Chip back, and Gallagher leaves it there for the defense, for her defenseman there in Johnson. The young Canadian now with it, Briar Johnson, brings it onto her forehand, head up, looks for the pass, and connects with Paige Cameron. Cameron still with it on the backhand, tries to send that deep, but goes only as far as Julia Tran. Rimmed around here in the near side or far side corner, it's the Snipers who will chip that out, but only as far as the defense here. Back again for Briar Johnson, wearing number 6 here for the Dogs.
Snipers there just a little bit static on that breakout. They're all staring at each other, waiting for someone to make a move. They'll need to get a bit more initiative next time that happens.
Raimondo chipped that in, and she'll go for a change. And on the ice is the goal scorer from last week, the hero, B. DeFour. Dogs having some trouble getting puck out with a great forecheck here by the Snipers. But with it now is Liam Gallagher, who will chip that up onto the half wall there for Leach. Leach intercepted there by Moore, who chips that there to herself. But back first to it is Liam Gallagher, who sends it up to a teammate. Dogs get out of the zone, and it's Leach with it, carrying it over the blue line. She's got 2 teammates in. It goes to Godfrey. Nice move. But Georgia Moore with the back check just pickpockets her, and the Snipers get that out. Great back check there by the captain. Snipers have it here with B. DeFour. Collects it and passes it over to her D partner in Ryland. Ryland back to DeFour, who has it there, and it just bounces off her stick. But nice poke forecheck there by Leach, who has it on her forehand, tries to walk around, but the puck squirts out into the far corner. First to it is Mendham there for the Dogs, who's battling up against Krulak. Sniper's able to get it onto the half wall, and it's B. DeFour who now has it. Kept in only momentarily, but B. DeFour collects it again and gets it out, and Godfrey circles back in. Godfrey in for the Dogs, takes it onto her forehand, still with it, brings it in front, shot saved by Piers, as she was like a kangaroo jumping over a creek there.
Gossie manages to get the line.
Here we go, so Dogs still have it, ripping it in front, sends it across, but intercepted there by the Snipers. Shot on, intercepted there by DeFour. DeFour sends that out, and that'll just get chipped, but that will go for an ice, and with Tara Yates first back, the Snipers won't be allowed to change, and it'll come back down here to the right of Michaela Pierce.
If you're not familiar with the rule there, if a team plays the puck from inside their own half and then crosses the red line at the other end without anyone touching it, and they don't win the race to get to the puck first, slight technicality on that one, but if they're not perceived to win the race, then they have to come back, defensive zone face off, and they're not allowed to change. So it can be important if they start getting tired. In that particular case, it wasn't such a disaster.
So Snipers have it here, but intercepted only momentarily. And it was Raimondo with a nice pass looking up for Tope, but that missed everyone. But icing is waved off. First back is Nia Gallagher, who rims that around, kept in by Benning. Back down for Davis-Tope. EDT with it on the backhand, stolen there by the Dogs. And now it's Marion who sends that down across the ice. Not enough for icing, though, as first back will be Schreier. She'll take it to the safety of behind her own net. Has a look up on the half wall there for Newman, but a nice forecheck there by the Dogs keeps that hemmed in behind the net. Puck now on the near side corner. It's Brenning with the puck. She's battled hard there by Marion, and the Dogs able to keep it in, but only momentarily, as that was Newman who got that out into the neutral zone.
Shana Godfrey for the Dogs is just circling around looking for that pass, and she picks it up in the middle of the ice.
And here comes Gallagher as she just mishandled that there and only forced to put that down deep as Godfrey had to come out and go for a change.
It's just that first period of this team that hasn't played together, just missing some of those connections, but you can see they've got good potential.
Yeah, Butler and Godfrey all over the puck. And here comes Paige Cameron. Nice little move. Again, stopped there by Tran and intercepted there by Cameron. And she'll just send that deep with Fitzpatrick looking for a puck in the corner. B4, so much poise there. Able to get that up on the half wall, but shipped in down there by Poulin.
And Tran was showing the wisdom of just waiting and not challenging high for that puck.
And here's B4 now. She's going up on the rush, takes it out wide, and she's chopped. And we've got a hand up. And I believe we're going to see our first penalty here, and it will go against the Dogs.
The Snipers have pulled their goalie. They've gone 6 on.
So DeFore sends it out in front. That just missed everyone. And still kept in by Moore. So 6 on here. Captain Georgia Moore takes that down deep in the corner. She's being watched there by Yates. And with the Dogs touching up, we'll go to the first power play of the game. And it will be the Snipers looking to pounce.
So, Nikki, what have you seen there with the initial bit of the flow?
You can tell that the Dogs are quite hesitant, and this is their first game. Struggling to keep the puck in the offensive zone, letting it pass through.
Just a few of those connections, but you can see too, they're getting a fair bit of potential. They're making them happen. Ooh. They're just not able to finish them off yet. That'll improve throughout the game as the Ducks clear it deep.
So Michaela Pierce leaves that there, and it's Bella Raimondo that has it. Just chips it out, but bats it out of the air. Nice hand-eye coordination, but that's collected now by Mendham, who takes that deep and kills some more seconds. She's got in the corner, turns away there from the ongoing defender, but only able to find Raimondo, and here comes Brenning. It's 3 across here for the Snipers. Brenning takes it in, winds up, takes a shot on, saved by Best, rebound, puck comes out, but a great defensive play there by Cochran to send that into the corner. Shot from the point, bounces on, misses everyone, and it's Niamh Gallagher now with the puck. Gallagher sends it up. Nice little pass there for Briar Johnson, who's going to chase down Raimondo, but she's able to send that across over to the winger. Brenning now with it, across the blue line, being watched by Johnson, drops it there. Puck goes in, and it's an interception. So here come the Snipers here on the half wall, bringing it down. It's Steph Cochran, the captain here for the Dogs, collecting, still with it, shielding the puck, and a nice little pass there into the corner for Mendham, who sent that in front looking for Cochran but missed everyone.
Shane did a good job there for the Snipers of just riding her out wide and making sure that the Snipers weren't caught out on a short-handed goal. We do love a shorty, but the Snipers wouldn't have been happy if it happened.
So here we go, and that was a pass looking for more, intercepted there by Yates as she sends that up and bounces that up to Mendham, who will dump that in on Piers and peel off for a change.
30 seconds left to go on this first penalty.
Paige Cameron looking to get that deep, but hits some skates, and here comes the captain, Georgia Moore. Down, winds up, takes a shot, but Kayla bested her there as she made the save right on the jersey logo.
And Georgia did give the goalie there a bit of a hint that a shot was coming. I'm not a huge fan of them winding up and taking those big slap shots from a distance because it's a bit of a warning to the goaltender, hey, guess what, I'm going to have a shot. It's usually fairly committed to it.
We just saw there on the CCM All-Out replay that great save by Kayla Best, and just got to keep an eye on those rebounds, and the Dogs were able to kill that penalty, but momentum still with it. B4 with a shot, and another save as it juggles and goes behind the net. Moore was looking to center that, but hit 3 Dogs defenders, and the Dogs now will get the puck out, and here comes Butler. Butler in over the line, makes a nice move, still with it, and gets her stick chucked out. Puck's loose, it's there. Piers is down, and whistle goes, and that most definitely will be a penalty for B4, and she knows it as Danielle Butler was in all alone on Piers and had the stick just chopped right out of her hands.
It was a pretty good professional foul there by B. I think she knew she had to get in the way and take a chance on that one, and she did, and the referee's very much alert to it. You can see on the replay.
Really great play. Julia Tran saved the goal there at the back door, able to knock that off.
Now the Snipers on the penalty kill. The Dogs with their first penalty of the game.
So here we are. It's Niamh Gallagher taking a shot. That's blocked by Brenning, and she's going to send that down the length of the ice, where Best will come out to leave it there for Briar Johnson. Briar just being watched there by Steele, and she'll regroup and give it over to Gallagher, who sends that up over for Leach. Leach with it now, sending it, looking for Cochran. Puck goes deep. It's Cochran in on Raimondo. Cochran's going to win out on that battle, but she's still being watched by Raimondo, waiting for her D to come in, and she'll bring it in, look across, intercepted momentarily by Brenning, but Cochrane able to come back and make sure that doesn't go down the length of the ice and just out into the neutral zone.
Some good footwork there by Brenning. She had the puck just stuck down in her feet, managed to just kick it clear, just move the puck out of the zone.
Interception here. It's Butler, winds up, takes a shot, but a great save there by Michaela Piers, who seems to be back in this game. Butler still with it. Another shot. Save Piers. She's down, and the whistle goes with no goal.
No goal. Must be a lucky goalie there, Gossie.
Man, Michaela Piers, you see she's dialed in. Nothing's changed from last week. But what I can tell you, the most dangerous player on the ice right now is number 37 for the Doggies, Danielle Butler, with her third great scoring opportunity.
It'll be a toss-up between her and Brenning to see who's going to be the most effective in attack today, I think.
So that was a shot by the Dogs that just went wide, and first to it is going to be Newman looking to get it out, but can only get it out to the neutral zone.
Just over 25 seconds to go in the penalty.
Regrouping here, the puck's with the Dogs. All I can see are the stripes of Norman Yan. Puck deep in the Dog zone, collected here. We've got Kulin here, just with a couple seconds left, looking to get some opportunity, but a nice interception there by Davis Tope as she still has the puck and sends that just wide.
And that's back to full strength.
Back to the point, and it's Davis Tope who collects, and B. DeFour back out on the ice, so we're 5-on-5. Kept in there by Butler, just loses it, and a couple people jump, but not too many men. Puck goes deep, and the Dogs will collect through Godfrey.
Just a little bit messy on that change there, the Snipers. A bit of indecision as they were doing it. They'll want to get that under control.
Butler curls out in front, takes a shot, rebounds in front, and that was Fitzpatrick for the Dogs, not able to pound that one in on the back end. So here we are. We've seen a lot of jump from the Dogs. I think they definitely rising to the occasion, and it looks like the Snipers are the ones that are a bit sloppy, isn't it, guys?
There's a bit of both, I think. So they're still new, even though the Snipers have played that one game. It still is just the one.
So here's Cochrane battling on DeFour. DeFour wins out. She's got on her forehand and sees some time and space, and she'll take it. So B. DeFour takes it in, poke check there, but collected by her teammate in Krulak. Krulak's going to send that deep and go give chase, but first back will be the young Canadian Briar Johnson. Johnson has the puck, looks up, makes a pass over. She was looking there for Fitzpatrick, but it came all the way back and allowing the Snipers to regroup. It's B. DeFour with it. She'll send it across, looking for Krulak, who'll skate it in herself. Krulak on the forehand, takes it wide, stops back, sends it to the point. Now with it, shot, little bouncer, but that just goes wide.
Those tricky little bouncers can sometimes catch goalies out. If you just can get the puck to land awkwardly, sometimes it can deflect in, but not on that occasion. Snipers
do a good job to keep that in, and first back to it is Briar Johnson. We've been saying her name a lot. She's been collecting it in. A nice little pass off the wall to herself, and she's being told to go. She sends it up to her captain. It's Steph Cochrane now with it, and the puck just bounces off her stick as she was 1-on-2. But here comes Mendham. She's 1-on-4 now as the Dogs are taking an opportunity to change. Mendham gets the puck chipped off her stick, and out the other way is Mayer. So Mayer for the Snipers, intercepted there by Butler. And Butler now coming down with speed. Butler on the backhand, being watched by Raimondo, takes it behind the net, just gets poked there by Brenning, but still collects the puck and does a nice move to evade a check. On the backhand, takes a shot, but all she finds is Michaela Piers as she shuts the door once again.
So what do you reckon, Nikki? Would you be able to score a goal on Michaela?
Definitely not.
She's doing a pretty good display so far of shutting everything down.
She's a very poised goalie, very poised.
It's looking a lot like Game 1, guys, where the Snipers were hemmed in a bit. Inferno were given some opportunities, but it was Michaela Piers coming out big, and she's definitely started off strong here with 5 straight saves to start the first period.
And we're going to have another penalty here. It looks like another one of the Snipers making the walk of shame.
And this one will be Emma Steele, as she'll go for 2 or less. This is where it gets interesting. Butler's been so great on the ice today. A little bit extra time and space. You wonder if she's going to be able to move the puck or get a shot on her own. She's already up to 3 of the 5 shots so far for the Dogs.
The Snipers with the chance now to
Oh, and
clear it,
here's
but they
Leach
don't.
with a shot, kick save, and a beauty there by Pierce. Kept in nicely, though, and that's chipped in, and first to it will be Danielle Butler. She's being watched there by Dufour, who gets it up to Brenning, and that's sent down the length of the ice.
The Snipers just a little bit lucky to get away with that. They were being a little bit tricky with the puck in there in front of the net, and they didn't clear it out as fast as they needed to, but they got the luck of the bounce. And sometimes that's all you need.
We can see Coach Drew Coffray here for the Snipers electing to put both B. Dufour and Neela Brenning on the ice today. Big reach here on the penalty kill. But here comes the Dogs. They take it behind the net. It's Butler there along with Godfrey. With it now is Butler. She's being watched by Dufour. Brings it around, takes a shot through traffic. The puck's loose, and they score! Goal for the Dogs, and who else but Simone Leach scoring the first one for the PHL Women's League for the Dogs.
We've seen a lot of goals from Simone here throughout the B League here at IceHQ, and she's excellent at just getting in the right place, and she's got a good shot. When she gets a chance to put the puck in the net, she's not going to miss from there.
This is traffic all in front of the net. You see Michaela Pierce able to get in the spot, but too many bodies, and Leach just owned that slot area. No pressure on her, and when the puck loose, she was first to it, and put that puck in the back of the net.
The Snipers find themselves now in a familiar position. They were down for a bit of the last week's game.
And they probably deserve that goal there. The Dogs, they're 1 for 2 now on the power play as Michaela Pierce covers up there with just 2 minutes remaining here in the first.
It's been a pretty good first period so far. They haven't been quite as clunky as I guess you'd say they were at the start of last week. This has been a pretty good game so far.
Cochran wins that forward, and it just squirts loose there from Pierce. But a nice job by the defenseman to get that up. And here come the Snipers. It's Hope Newman just chipping that past Breyer. Newman with it, but a great back check by the captain, Steph Cochran, who gets knocked over by Emily Davis-Tope. Breyer Johnson being watched by EDT. Nice job to use the body to block the young Canadian there. Comes back there for Newman, looking to center, but an interception there by Niamh Gallagher, who rims that around for Fitzpatrick. Puck squirts down, but it won't be enough for icing. First back will be the Snipers' Ramundo. She's got the puck, head up, looking for a pass. Sends it cross ice, but intercepted. Here it is with a shot blocked there by Ryland, and out.
Ramundo there, a little bit lucky to get away with that. It's a very risky option, that cross ice pass out of D. And that time it was a beautiful pass to an attacking Dog.
And here's Butler with speed, comes across, takes a shot, but another save by Pierce. Brenning now going back, but she's being watched by Butler, and you can see the legs on Butler. She's quick. She can get up and down the ice like the best of them. Dogs behind their own zone now. It's Johnson being watched by Brenning, and Brenning wins out with the puck. Brings it, tried to pass it in front there for Mayer, but just missed her as she was looking there for Brenning. Shot there from the point now, though, and that's a save by Best.
Just over 20 seconds left to go in this first period. We're 1 to the Dogs and none to the Snipers.
So here in the corner, comes out in front. B. Dufour looking for it. It's now or never. 18 seconds left. Are we going to get a shot? But no, it comes out to the neutral zone, and a smart play there by the Snipers just to get that over onto the corner and deep. First back there is Butler. She takes a look at the clock, decides that she won't mind just killing that in the corner, and that will be it for the first period, as it's the Dogs with the bone taking a 1-0 lead here in the first period of our PHL Winter League game here.
So the goal scorer so far, Simone Leach, in that power play, assisted by Butler and Godfrey. It's been a pretty even period. It's been a fair bit of to and fro hockey, but in terms of shots on the net, the Dogs with 10, the Snipers at just the 4. It didn't look like that. The Snipers have certainly had their fair share of chances, but Dogs have been back and owning that space in front of the net with a bit more authority, and there's been a few attempts by Snipers to skate across ice in front of the net, but they haven't been able to convert them into shots on. What have you seen so far, Nikki?
The Dogs have definitely come out with that fire to make their first game mark, I guess you could say, to make their mark on the league and not back down. They definitely have the fire now that they've scored that goal. Whether they keep that fire or not for the next period and the third period.
They have a fair pedigree, the Dogs, you could say. The boys' Dogs team over summer have done quite well, but they didn't win the grand final this season. So the women's team will be trying to live up to that very hard-to-beat reputation.
Yeah, there's 4 players on the Dogs that have stood out for me. It's no surprise the two apples on that power play goal. Godfrey and Butler have looked unreal. The snipers really haven't had an answer for Danielle. She's been able to come in with speed, bring it out wide, and actually get across a number of times where Piers has been able to stop the play. But on defense, it's the two young defenders for the Dogs that I've been very impressed with. It's number 5 and number 6. We've got Niamh Gallagher and Briar Johnson. The puck's been finding them a lot, and they've been making the right play and able to break out fairly quickly, as the snipers really haven't had much sustained pressure, albeit for the last maybe 1 or 2 minutes of the game of that period.
Gallagher, in my mind, was one of the 2 steals of the draft that was held just a couple of weeks ago. She's been an outstanding defensive player all the way through all the times we've seen her here, and I'm a big fan of her. And you're right, she's doing a great job of just shutting everything down. She reads that play so well. It was her and Dufour who I think were the 2 steals of the draw, and they've both proved their worth very much so. And it's going to be an interesting second period. Just the 1 goal in it. Snipers 0, the Dogs with the 1 as we're about to get the second period underway.
So no surprise here. It's Danielle Butler who will be taking the face-off here for the Dogs, and she'll be going up against Neela Brennings, who's out there with Emily Davis-Tope, and that was won there by Butler, chipped ahead there onto the half wall and shot deep down, but collected by Tran. She was looking for Davis-Tope, but only found Tara Yates, and here comes Butler with speed, walks around Raimondo to the forehand, takes a shot, can't beat Piers, puck's loose, and Brennan gets it out to the point, another shot, and another save there by Piers. Comes back here to the point now, it's Yates with it, sends it deep to the corner for Butler. She's being watched there by Tran, but Butler has it on the backhand. Coming in for support is Neela Brenning, and she'll get that up on the half wall, but not out. Comes back behind the net. Butler was looking for it, and Davis-Tope collected it, but only got it back as far as a dog. Tran rims it around, and first two, it's going to be Newman, and the sniper should be able to get it out, and it's Emily Davis-Tope, one-on-one on Yates. Tope with it, takes a shot, save best, but the puck's loose, and she pounces on that one, as she's not leaving any cookies for the kids to tap in there.
Snipers with a good job there. Just getting that counter-attack. They did a pretty good job earlier on of just collapsing back in defence, but then their wingers stayed down deep for a little bit too long, and that's giving the Dogs plenty of room to pass up to their points and get more shots in. Look for them to do that throughout the game once they work it out.
So tie up there, and face-off eventually won there by the Dogs, but that got sent down the length of the ice as Norman Yan waves off the icing. So first back there will be Newman sending it across to Dufour, who chips that on the wall, but a great pinch there by the Dogs, able to pin that down into the corner. Snipers collected through their captain, and it's Georgia Moore who runs into Cian Piera, and Paige Cameron just able to keep that in. That's unfortunate there for Moore.
So Snipers there were given a little bit of time on that breakout. That's a little bit more than the Dogs would have preferred, but now they've got a bit of momentum.
And here's B. Dufour up against young Briar Johnson. Dufour wins out. She has it, sends it in front, looking for the play of Quezada, and not able to collect. B. Dufour now behind the net, though. Does a nice job to shield it away from Johnson, who just uses her body just to sneak under the arms there of Dufour and get the puck out. And here comes Cochran. Cochran through center. She's got Fitzpatrick with her. Cochran takes a shot. The puck squirts out. Back on the point. Just misses Gallagher. And the Snipers are coming the other way. It's 2-on-2 with it here on the half walls. The Snipers taking the shot. Deflected nicely into the corner. Quezada not able to get that in front. And here comes Butler back on the ice as she attacks here into the Sniper zone. She's going around Raimondo again, taking it to the back and tries to chip it in front, but a great save there by Piers. Comes out and another shot and covered up by Piers, but it's loose. So the puck's loose momentarily as Cian Piera had the best view in the house until Piers was able to cover up.
Fitzpatrick there for the Dogs did a pretty good job of keeping the Snipers out. That big counter-attack they managed to get going looked pretty dangerous, but Fitzpatrick did an excellent job of shepherding them off into the corner and shutting down what looked like a very dangerous counter-attack there by the Snipers, and then that turned into this subsequent shot.
So face off here, one forward there by Benning. She gets it across over for Krulak, but kept in by the Dogs. Simone Leach, who sends that deep. Raimondo for the Snipers, rips that around over for Mayer. But a great pinch there by Poulin. Gets it deep and in front for Leach, looking for her second, but it comes out there to the point. It's Yates with a shot, but a block there by Raimondo as she gets it on the backhand and just able to get it out. And here comes Benning. Sends it deep. First back for the Snipers is... for the Dogs is Poulin. sending it up and chipped down the length of the ice, and this one will be icing. And the Dogs will be able to come in on attack as the Snipers are allowed to change.
Well, the Snipers have been allowing a little bit too much space in front of the net there for the Dogs, and we saw Simone Leach now with a second really good chance. I think the physicality of the Snipers will have to be turned up a little bit. Some of the smaller girls will need to be a bit more pushy, just a bit more assertive in that space to make sure the big girls don't just push them out of the way.
So we're on the face-off with Butler, and a great win by Butler, and she's out now. It's Mendham with the puck through the neutral zone, and a nice stick check there by Davis-Tope, collected by Dufour, and now here's the captain, Georgia Moore, looking for Emily Davis-Tope, and EDT will come in on Yates. EDT walks around, she's got a teammate to the back end, takes the shot, and what a save by Kayla Best. And here comes the puck behind the net. It's the captain, Georgia Moore. Yates collects it. Moore, though, on the forecheck, able to collect that on the half wall and send it back for Dufour, but just missed her. And luckily, Julia Tran was back there. She'll regroup, send it up to EDT, who will send that deep before going for a change.
Yeah, Davis-Tope looking very dangerous indeed on that move, and you can see the class of her when she gets a bit of space. Dogs can't let her have any room at all.
Marion was looking up and intercepted by Benning. Neela Benning with the puck on the forehand. Puck's just squirting there and hits the skate of Yates and moves into the back corner as she falls down after Shanna Godfrey hits her in the back of the legs. Puck now with Marion for the Dogs over the blue line. Winds, but a great stick check there by Ryland allowed that to go into the corner. Brenning back for it first, chips it off the wall, looking for it, but collected by Cochran. She sends that deep. Cochran going to the front of the net, and it was looking for that pass, but just intercepted there by the Snipers. It's Niamh Gallagher now sending that deep. Cochran behind the net. She's got Godfrey standing in front. She looks in front for Godfrey, but a great save there by Pierce. Godfrey takes a tumble. Ryland collects for the Snipers. Rims that around the board. Bella Raimondo will chase as the defenseman pinches, and the Snipers will get out now with Neela Brenning. It's in her skates, but she still has it. Brenning, 1-on-4, brings it to the forehand. Gallagher with a poke check, and the Dogs now out. Godfrey looking at two defensemen, 1-on-2. Godfrey inside, outside, back to the backhand. Michaela Pierce with the stretch and comes out, but here's Butler. Pierce able to get back on her feet. Butler comes through, and a great poke check there by Pierce. Now it's Briar Johnson, winds up, takes a shot through traffic, and it's a kick save by Pierce. There's no way she could see that one, but she kicks out her toe and makes a great save to keep this at a 1-0 game.
A pure positional save there by that lovely Snipers goaltender. But we did see a little bit earlier, Brenning had a good opportunity, but there was 4 Dogs surrounding her when she tried to get in and cut into the space in front of the net. The Dogs very much alert to the threat that she poses.
Yeah, this CCM all-out replay, you're going to see the great save there by Pierce, and she was even able to get across and keep her stick there just in case Butler was able to trip it. But falling down there is the Sniper forward, which negated that offensive opportunity, but they're going to keep it in. It's Emily Davis-Tope. She's got it, takes a shot, and a save by Best as B. Dufour decided to crash the net, but no rebound.
That Davis-Tope, I tell you what, Gossie, she's got a shot on her. And if they can get her and Brenning to just be a constant threat, sooner or later the Dogs may find themselves running out of legs in defence. But we'll see how they go. It's a long time to go yet.
Well, EDT, a great hockey player playing overseas in Canada on the university level. She was looking to connect there with B. Dufour, who also had played overseas for Western, as well as in the NCAA. So Dufour not able to get that out, and that was the Dogs able to send that down. It was Fitzpatrick. Butler, as always, puck on a string, coming in front, keeps it in, takes it into the slot, also dangerous, sending it, shot there, saved by Pierce. That was Fitzpatrick getting open, and the puck now comes out, and it's the number 23 here for the Snipers, B. Dufour, looking up front, but misses the pass, and it's Tara Yates now chipping it up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick finds some space, a great back check there by Krulak, but Danielle Butler, who's been all over the game today, takes that off her stick as she battles against 2 Snipers. Krulak sends that deep, and first back will be Tara Yates.
Snipers with a wholesale change at the moment. They're just going to get away with it, I think.
And here they come. So it's Poulin taking it behind the net, chipping it in front, but that went off the skate of Raimondo. Poulin collects the rebound. Another one blocked. Poulin with another shot, but that one goes wide. Leach now with it. She's got Mendham deep down low, but a great play there by the Snipers Newman, and they're out 3 wide. It's Benning with the puck. She's got it. Just a great job there by Johnson just to keep that out to the outside and force Benning to have some play. She's 1-on-4, and the Dogs will now get it out, but only momentarily. Leach up there, but a great...
Dogs are lucky there that the Snipers couldn't get the pass across to Moore, who was unmarked in the slot for quite a while.
That was a
But
great...
they couldn't get the pass to her.
It was a great pinch there by the Snipers. They're going to come back in with Benning. So Brenning with the puck. She's just going to chip that down, and she's going to go for a change on her own.
Moore comes in with the forecheck.
So here's Emily Davis-Tope with the puck. You can see the Snipers really winning some of this momentum. They're hungry for a goal. Raimondo battling. Here's Moore and Leach along with Cochran. There's 4 skaters. We got the best view of what's going on, but the puck's not getting loose, and Pereira is going to blow the whistle.
So sooner or later, that would probably end up being an offside. One of the Snipers was in the offensive zone and the puck bobbling backwards and forwards on that blue line. And so as a result, you're going to get an offside in that situation more times than not. A little piece of little battle for the puck. I was very impressed there, Georgia Moore's play, getting herself free in the slot, but just pass and Brenning wasn't able to get through to her.
So we can see a little bit of the coaching coming from the Snipers, a little bit of throwing some of the lines in a blender. Emily Davis-Tope now playing through the middle as they look for a goal. Here's Butler with the puck. She takes that wide, has it on the forehand, being watched by Dufour, and a great poke check by the Canadian there, able to break that free, and she's going to go herself with speed, sending it to Davis-Tope. There's 4 Snipers in on 3. Davis-Tope being watched by Butler, and she wins that puck. And only momentarily, though, is B. Dufour is deep in the offensive zone.
Snipers exposed with only the 1D back at the moment. They've got a lot of commitment in deep. If the Dogs get the puck and break it out, they're in trouble.
So Butler with a nice little soft play going around. Smart one there. Not enough for icing, but enough to get out of the zone. First back will be Schreier, though, who sent that D-to-D to Raimondo. Kept in there by Poulin, who sends that deep.
7 minutes to go in the period, and we are still 1 goal to the Dogs and none to the Snipers.
Schreier sent that up on the half wall, and a nice little poke check by Brenning. Brenning battling there with Yates, but first back is the captain, Steph Cochran, who was able to get that puck out of the zone. Puck's behind their own net. There is Poulin sending over to Yates, who looks for the stretch pass, and that took a funny bounce, and Cochran wasn't able to collect it, so the defenseman Raimondo for the Snipers was able to get there, and she sends it up for Krulak. Krulak back to Raimondo. She's got some time and space now. She's got her head up. Nice little fake pass there, fooling everyone and probably herself.
I think it fooled herself too, Gussie.
And Raimondo then chips that high over the blue line and in. And here's Brenning. Brenning with it, winds up, takes a shot, and nearly gets that one short side, but a great save by Best. I saw the twine tickle a little bit, but I think that was just from her stick. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, the Dogs' defense seem to be shutting out the Snipers excellently for their first game. They're predicting the play and they're ready to go.
They're back there in numbers on a lot of occasions. They've worked out that Brenning and EDT are the 2 main threats, and they're doing a good job of covering them up.
And here's Moore winding up, taking a shot, and a glove save by Best. An interesting one as well, Carl. You know, last week I think Georgia Moore played very well on defense. She was getting a few bombs coming out through the back. She's obviously playing center, and by no means is she not playing well. She's doing great up there. And now Coach Coffrey's put her out there with EDT, and be interesting with this five-woman unit here for the Snipers to see if they can put one in, as they look like they're looking for a goal here. And here's Moore with it, takes a shot, but a great save by Best, pushing from post to post to block the Sniper captain.
Moore doing a great job of getting that space in the slot and just owning it. No one's really getting in her face, and as a result, she's creating a little bit of time and space for herself.
You can see she wants one badly, and this line for the Snipers doing all the work. But Butler's back over the boards for the Dogs, so they got to watch out. Davis-Tope behind the net, battling on Cameron there, Poulin. But Poulin wins it out, but hits the shin guards there, and it comes out for Moore, but a great defensive play. Puck's loose, and Dufour sends it through the crease. I'm sure we're going to see that one later on the CCM all-out replay as Dufour looks skyward. She collects it, takes a shot in now, and collected nicely by Kayla Best. Let's look at this one. I'm sure we're going to get that one back on the CCM All-Out replay. Just here as the puck comes out. Watch Dufour.
What we'd really like to see is about the whole 20 seconds of that play. She was so involved in everything. There was a shot, and then she got back on the back check, kept the puck in the neutrals, in the offensive zone.
Yeah, look at this one here.
Finest pieces of
comes
individual
across
play.
and just all the way through, and looking for that far side.
Unfortunately, you don't get points for Neely's.
Yeah.
But that was some great play there by Dufour. She's starting to really show her class.
Yeah, what's the saying? Nearly only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yep.
Here comes Steph Cochran. She takes the puck, winds, and she just fanned on that with the pressure from Bella Raimondo. Intercepted by Brenning here now as she's got Quezado here up in the center and just missed her, unfortunately, allowing the Dogs to get the puck deep. Momentum has been all with the Snipers, but they haven't been able to get a goal, and it's the Dogs now with the puck deep in the offensive zone. Cochran just keeps that in. Puck gets reversed. Nice stick lift by Cochran, and Simone Leach will get there for the Dogs. She's being washed by Ryland. Cochran sends it in front, looking for Mendham, but just missed it. That's Briar Johnson with a seeing eye shot, looking for the deflection with Simone Leach. You can see she's a big body in front of the net, and that's her job and her role, and she plays it well. Puck bounced off, and it's Neela Brenning who's going to go for a chase, instead jump onto the boards. And this line that was very successful last time for the Snipers back out on the ice with EDT. Puck goes deep. It's the 217s chasing for it, and first to it was the Dogs, so the icing waved off. Puck in the near side corner here. Kept in there by Godfrey, and now collected there by Schreier, who rims that up on the half wall. Puck squirts out to an open area. First to it will be Raimondo, who chips that on the wall. Collected nicely, and a nice body play there, and it's going to be Mayer who comes out with the puck for the Snipers, looking across for Newman, but only momentarily. Hands up here, and it looks like we'll be having a penalty to the Dogs as Briar Johnson touches the puck. And maybe this is what the Snipers need going up on the power play here, down by 1 in the second period.
With just the 2 minutes to go in the period, they'll get the puck drop with about 1 minute and 45 seconds or so to go in the period once the Dogs dawdle off back to the dog pound. We're going to see if B can do the same thing she did last week. What I'm starting to see, though, Gossie, for the Snipers is some of their D getting a bit tired. Raimondo looks like she's lost a little bit of sparkle. She's had to work very, very hard in defence. She's just getting a little bit downtrodden a little bit at the moment. I think she's going to need the long break in the second to recover.
Ooh, Dufour with a shot, but that went wide, and looking to keep that in will be Schreier, but it bounces past her, but a great stick lift by the captain. But Schreier not able to get that deep, and the puck now again kept in by Schreier. She'll send that one deep now, and Neela Brenning will get it, and she rims that looking. She collects it, bounces out in front. Puck's loose now, and not cleared out. It's Dufour with it. Nice move. Falls down, and it's a breakaway. This is Danielle Butler, shorthanded on a breakaway. Shoots and hits the post as that bounces into the corner.
It's a game-defining moment there. That one, that miss, that goal would have pretty much sealed things at the end of this period. But as a result, not quite able to put it in some great defensive work and good goalkeeping.
So Snipers not able to get any real offensive pressure here, but it's Neela Brenning now with the puck. Uses her long reach, still keeps it. Unknown Yates takes the shot. She scores! Neela Brenning with another individual effort as she snipes that one top shelf where they keep the cookies from the kids.
Well, that's what we've been expecting from her. It's been either her or EDT who are going to make that move. And Brenning's just showing us her goal-scoring prowess after an uncharacteristic bit of mishandling a little bit earlier by Dufour, who fell over and couldn't pick the puck up, which created a great counter-attacking opportunity there for Danielle Butler, but she was denied by Piers, just covering up too much of the net and punting it off the post. And as a result, with just 17 seconds to go, we're all tied up, 1 goal apiece.
Oh boy, is this reminding us of last Friday, eh, Carl?
Yep, just a period earlier.
So here we are, 1-1. And, you know, I don't want to take away from Neela Brenning. That was one hell of a shot. But just looking back on there, I think Yates probably gave her a little bit too much space. And that was EDT with a shot on. But just gave her a little bit too much space, right? If you look at back there, she backed up, gave that opportunity. And Neela saw that shooting lane and decided to go top cheddar.
Yeah, so now we end the second period there, and we have the Snipers with 15 shots on goals and the Dogs with 19. They've definitely come out with a strong force. In the second period, we have 11 shots for the Snipers and then 9 for the Dogs. So they've definitely had a firecracker lit underneath them to bring out that strength, and that's resulted in that goal.
So we're just waiting to get an interview now. We've got Figures. Looks like he's getting...
yeah, it's going to be Danielle Butler.
Danielle Butler is about to have an interview with Figures over on the bench just before they go away for the long break.
She's been the player of the game so far, all up the play, back and forth, and we're going to really look forward to hearing what she says. I imagine Figures is going to ask her about the team. So Figures, what do we got over there with Danielle Butler?
Thanks, Anton. Yeah, we've got Danielle Butler here. What an amazing first couple of periods. I know that you guys just gave up the goal, but you just got a breakaway. You've already gotten an assist. How's it feeling?
I mean, I've played with Michaela for Melbourne Ice, so she's given me a run for my money here tonight.
That was going to be my next question. You play usually with a lot of these players. How has it been playing against them? Has it been a lot of fun, or has it been high intensity?
Yeah, it's fun, and I definitely think it adds a little competitive edge, just trying to beat your friends out there.
Yeah, and did you guys manage to get a practice in this week?
No. I only met most of these girls for the first time tonight.
Wow, well, you've come out of the gate swinging, so I'm really excited to see what happens in the third period. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks.
So thank you very much.
And that's back to you, Anton. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Figures. Great chat there. I can't believe how well the team's meshing, really, meeting each other for the first time here tonight. But with the leadership of Steph Cochran, Danielle Butler, these types out on the ice, and Kayla Best as well, playing really, really well. The Dogs are putting up a fight against these undefeated Snipers.
Well, they most certainly are. It's easy to be undefeated after the first round, though, Gossie. But what we saw in that period was, I think, a bit of a resurgence of the Snipers there, but a couple of their defensive players getting a little bit tired. In particular, Raimondo just looking a little bit overworked at some point when she's had to defend against Butler, who's been on the burst on a number of occasions. You could just see us showing a bit of fatigue. So I think a long break now, we get the ice cut. They get that 10 minutes. That's going to help the Snipers come back in the third with fresher legs in defence and just see if they can sort out that few defensive lapses that they've had. But on the whole, I think Snipers had most of the run of that period. They did outshoot the Dogs 11-9, so not a huge gap, but a little bit. We do know that statistic isn't the most useful of things. It tells you a little bit about how the game has been flowing. I'm particularly impressed so far. I think we've seen Emily Davis-Tope and, as of course, Nella Brenning have been both very potentially attacking for the Snipers, just not able to convert as many as they'd like. But they have created a number of very high-quality opportunities. Brenning with that unassisted goal on the power play with just 43 seconds to go in the second period to tie us all up at 2 goals apiece. So we've got the ice cut now running. The game will be resuming at about 8:35 p.m. We'll be back with you then.
My name is Kendall Coyne Schofield. I am from Palos Heights, Illinois. I played my college hockey at Northeastern University, and I'm currently on Team Adidas with the PWHPA. The PWHPA is the Professional Women's Hockey Players Association, and back in May of 2019, a group of players got together to form the Players Association with the mission to change the landscape of women's hockey forever. I hope to see a more consistent product on the ice so that when you turn on your TV during hockey season, you don't just see the NHL, you see women's hockey just as consistently as you see men's hockey. Once we start seeing that, I think we'll really see the true growth that the game has already exceeded, I think, without the infrastructure that it deserves. I remember the first time I saw a women's hockey game was when I was 10 years old, and the Olympic team came through the United Center in Chicago to play Team Canada before the 2002 Olympic Games, and I was just a bug on the glass. And then from there, the next game that I saw was with the women's national team was the one I played in, just to show you the gap of how hard it is to find and see women in hockey. To be it when you can't see it, that's such a strong purpose and mission of the PWHPA. We know how important that visibility is to the next generation, so that when these young girls grow up, they know that there's a place for them to be in this sport professionally and make a living doing it.
Confidence.
Where does it come from?
Why do some have it more than others?
How can young players find it?
How can beer leaguers get more of it?
How can pros keep it?
It comes from being 100% comfortable with your gear.
Because it's only when your gear feels just right.
Do you have the extra confidence to go all out and play to your fullest potential?
CCM knows that when you feel your best,
You play your best.
That's why they design, engineer, and test
the smallest details to feel just right.
So when you lace up your skates,
Put on your helmet, flex your stick.
or put on your pads,
You might not know why it feels right.
And that's okay. Just know that CCM does.
and they got the art down to a science.
So now everyone can feel more comfortable wearing CCM gear.
And feel more confident in taking their performance to the next level.
When you feel your best,
you play your best.
because when things feel just right,
Who knows where your best will take you?
This game is our canvas.
our choice, our freedom.
It's my way.
And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
It's the only way. The ice doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't see color or gender.
All it sees is 60 minutes of pure effort.
A pure fun.
On the ice, we might be enemies.
But in the end, we're all allies.
This game's for everyone.
No matter who you are,
No matter where we're from, we're all ready to hit the ice.
Welcome back, everybody. We're just waiting for the third period to start. Back to the game of the Snipers versus the Dogs. We have a goal apiece. Simone Leach on the power play in the first period. And then Naila Brenning for the Snipers goal in the power play. Getting it done. We'll see what the next period entails. And we have 2 penalties each for each team as well.
So, Nikki, I've got a question for you. Both the goals are scored on the power play. Do you see anyone scoring in 5-on-5 in this game?
That's a very good question, Carl. Those goalies are poised and ready to go. And I would say the Dogs' defence have really stepped up, and it's yet to be seen. A full-strength team is that both teams are shutting out.
We've seen some good attacking opportunities in particular. I think the Snipers have had some great individual effort attacks by in particular, sorry, by not Davis Tope. She was combining very well, but with, Gossie, help me out here. Nella Brenning, she's been doing tremendously well in those individual attacks, but we haven't really seen anyone be able to get a particularly good attack against the organised defence. There's been a couple of opportunities. We've seen Georgia Moore create a lot of space in the slot, but they just haven't quite been able to get the pass across to her through ice. Maybe not looking for it yet, but I think that's where the Snipers have been a little bit more dangerous. But the Dogs, they've had Simone Leach getting in the slot and being strong and hard to move. Some of the smaller Snipers defence have struggled there a little.
It was midway through the second when Coach Coffray for the Snipers pushed EDT into center and put Moore on the wing, and that seemed to work well for the Snipers. But here as well, a little coaching change by Riley Ellis. We got Paige Cameron playing up forward here for the Doggies, and the puck's ready to go. So puck deep here in the Dog zone. First back to it is Yates, but she's watched by 2 Snipers there in the far corner. Puck comes back up and out, and the Dogs will skate it out. So here come the Dogs. It's Poulin with the puck. She takes that wide, nice fresh ice, able to use that speed. Still with it, has a look, and she just tried to drop that for Cochran, but Georgia Moore, anticipation at its finest, able to get that out. Blocked there by the captains. Here's Georgia Moore. She's got it, sends a little cross-ice pass, bounces in front, puck's loose, and now it's chips out into the corner, and it's Yates who will send that on the half wall, but blocked momentarily by Benning.
And there's more with that centre ice presence that she's been so good at in the second period when she really came to the fore.
And here's Neela Brenning again. She's got a little half break, takes it through, but a great defensive play by Briar Johnson, and that's going to allow Mendham for the Dogs to come down the other way. She sends a bouncing puck on ice, and a nice stick save there by Pierce to chip that into the corner. Brenning now will battle there with Danielle Butler, who has been having a great game so far, 2 periods in. Puck now battling. It's Godfrey with it. The Snipers able to send that cross ice, but first back will be Nia Gallagher as these 2 youngsters, Gallagher and Johnson, playing really well on the back end for the Dogs.
Well, that's where they've been so composed, the Dogs, with those 2 in particular. They're sort of denying most of those opportunities when they've had the chance.
Here's Godfrey, just puts it through, and she comes in with speed. She walks around one, walks around another, has it behind the net, looking for that pass in for Butler, but a great defensive play there by Ryland, who's able to get that only as far as the half wall. Blocked there by Butler, but a great stick by Raimondo, who's able to get that in over to the corner, and the Snipers not out. It's Butler, winds, takes a move, takes a shot, and she scores! Danielle Butler with a great move, makes some space and shoots that over the blocker of Michaela Pierce to put the Dogs back up by 1 here early in the third.
The Dogs managed to sneak that one in there, as you can see on that CCM all-out replay. The Snipers goalie, Michaela, she was just on the other side of the net, missed it straight up.
Yeah, that was the great move by Butler, just at the last minute, had the poise just to change the angle on the shot, and that put Pierce just slightly out of position, and Butler made no mistake.
It's not the start that the Snipers would have wanted, that's for sure.
And we got our first 5-on-5 goal, guys.
Dogs are on fire, and there you go. It's your first 5-on-5, absolutely.
It's like they were listening to us.
I don't think so.
So here's B. DeFour in the offensive zone here for the Snipers. She gets her pocket picked by the goal scorer, Danielle Butler, who does great effort there. And that was Godfrey just offside. And we're seeing this line going quite well with Riley Ellis deciding to put Godfrey and Butler together for a little bit of offensive pressure here for the Dogs.
Yeah, I don't think that was an accidental offside by any stretch of the imagination. She knew where the blue line was, and she knew where she was, and so very much a deliberate offside there.
So here we go, face off here. Brennan goes to win it forward, and a nice job by Moore, able to collect it, but first back there. Moore still with it. She's got it, has it down low, takes it behind the net. She's got Brennan in front, but that comes out to the point just off the skate. Raimondo will get it. She sends a shot, takes a little bounce, but right on Best as she covers up. So you can see this on the CCM all-out replay, that bounce, and a great little seeing eye shot by Raimondo. And if there was a rebound, Benning was going to be on it and putting that in the net. Julia Tran wasn't able to keep that in, and that'll be Marion who will give chase. But Tran wins that battle. But the pinch of the Dogs just pins that up on the wall. Battle there, it's Newman and Tran. There's 3 snipers now all surrounding Marion, and the snipers eventually able to get that deep into the Dog zone.
Brenning was just hovering around there looking to try and get the puck out.
Oh, Yates misses the puck, and that's collected only momentarily by Newman. And coming back was Poulin, and able to get that one out. Cochran, the captain here, sends it over to Poulin. She comes in, nice little move, comes back, takes a shot. We've got a delayed penalty here, but Cochran will get it first. So Best not understanding just yet, but now she's over the bench. So 6 attackers on for the Dogs. Puck's loose and touched up by Tran. And the snipers will be going to the penalty here, and it's Julia Tran going for 2 or less as the Dogs are going to look to extend their lead here in the third period.
Yeah, that's an interesting call on that penalty. She's getting done. It looked like initially a trip, but it wasn't because the other girl didn't fall over. It's ended up being a slash. Bit of an interesting call, that one. But those of you who've been watching the game for any period of time know that the referees are what decides reality, and the rest of us are just spectators.
Great 5-man unit here for the Dogs. It's Godfrey with the puck now, and it's Briar Johnson calling for it at the point, but the puck's going to come down to Butler. Liam Gallagher's open, and Johnston's still calling for it. She wants that one. It comes out in a great kick save there by Pierce, and kept in there by Butler until the sniper is able to clear that through Emma Steele all the way down. Emily Davis-Tope battling with speed. Poke checks that a little deep, but Briar Johnson will collect that behind the net and just turn away there from Tope. Interesting enough as well, Simone Leach back on the power play here. A great big body standing in front. Wouldn't be surprised if she gets another opportunity here. And just as the snipers touch the puck, B. Dufour is going for interference. And this will be a 5-on-3 opportunity for the Dogs.
Yeah, if B's smart, she'll take as much time as she possibly can coming over and getting into the box. And the snipers will stall as long as possible at the face-off so they can minimize that 5-on-3 time.
Just the one change. It was Butler coming off and Captain Steph Cochran on. So it'll be very interesting to see here, and a smart play there by Pierce to cover up, as she knows that'll just tick off a few seconds left with just about 40 seconds left here on the 5-on-3.
Every second they can kill helps the snipers here.
Davis-Tope wins that. Raimondo gets it. Can't get it out as Liam Gallagher keeps it in. Takes a shot on, deflected by Leach, but collected there by Gallagher. She stops up, takes another little bouncer on in the goalie. Don't know where it's at. It's Steph Cochran now. She loads up, waits. Gallagher calls for it. Gallagher winds, takes a shot, but a great stick there by the captain, Georgia Moore, the snipers, as that deflects out into the netting.
And that deflection will run down a lot of time on the 5-on-3. The snipers will be back to 5-on-4 in just about 10 seconds, so not long after the drop of this puck.
Cochran still out for the face-off, but won by Emily Davis-Tope. Raimondo now, plenty of time. Is she going to be able to get it out? And just nearly kept in by Yates, but she's going to be forced to regroup, and out is Julia Tran. So it's now 5-on-4 here for the Dogs. Coming in is Marnie Poulin. She's got the puck on her forehand, brings it in backhand, but a save there by Piers as she pinned her arm there on the post. Cochran walks out in front, takes a shot, deflected. Down is Piers, kept in by Poulin. She's got Yates at the point. Shot there, saved by Piers, puck's behind the net, and Tran sends that into the corner. A pinch by Yates, keeps that in momentarily, and now she'll have it there. Yates, pinned by Tran, still with it is Yates. She kicks that back to Paige Cameron. Cameron on the backhand now, takes that down below the goal line. She's being watched by Tran, comes out, and a great stick check by Tran allows her captain to collect it, but hits that off the skate of Mendham. Raimondo now sends it deep off the skate of Poulin and straight to Yates. Yates sends it deep.
Penalty down, just 5 seconds to go now before Defoe is back on the ice.
And that'll be it. So a very important kill on the 5-on-3. And a whistle here for icing, as Defoe was exiting the box.
Sniper successfully managed to kill that. You could see, though, through the shots there that the Dogs were having to shoot, making a lot of hard, low shots looking for those deflections, and they created some good opportunities on that 5-on-3, but not able to convert. And the same with the second 5-on-4, some good attacking play, but not able to get enough traffic in front of the net to get a good deflection.
That's one of those, remember the 2 minutes of that play if the Snipers are able to get back in this game. So puck's behind the net, it's the Snipers. They send it out to the point. It's Newman, but a nice poke check by Paige Cameron, but an even better one by Defoe. But who else but Danielle Butler? She's got the puck, sends it across. Great save by Piers, and she covers up as she had seen enough with 3 Dogs pouncing early there on the rebound.
She had Britt Mendham there just about in her face, really trying to pick up that rebound. So she needed to be pretty quick on the swoop there. But she did a good job there, Piers, of shutting that one down, especially after all that pressure of the 5-on-3 sustained penalty kill that she just had to do. About 3.5 minutes of penalty killing.
So Butler wins the faceoff back to Johnson. She sends it over to Gallagher. Gallagher sends that deep into the corner, but first to it will be Defoe. She rims that up, kept in again by Gallagher, sends a shot blocked there by Emily Davis-Tope, and you can see some of the speed, a couple crossovers, and here she goes, but left the puck behind, but had the poise just to turn away and keep that from Marion. Puck up to Defoe now. She sends that across, looking for Quezada. Collected there by Godfrey. Godfrey trying to go through the legs of Davis-Tope, but Davis-Tope able to collect it, and that'll go behind the net for Schreier. Johnson sends it deep, and this is some smart play. It's just over 7 minutes remaining here in the third. Time is the enemy now of the Snipers as they look to tie the game. Dogs send it deep. Defoe being watched there by Butler, and Butler picks it up. Nice little move, but a stick lift by Defoe at the last minute stole that opportunity. Godfrey has it, and it's Briar Johnson calling for it, and she'll get it. Johnson with a shot deflected, saved by Piers, and here comes Defoe. She's out. There's 3 Snipers across. She's got Zoe Quezada with her, but Defoe takes it in over to the forehand. Defoe with a shot, save, and they score on the rebound. Defoe, just like game 1, takes it end to end and scores her own rebound to tie the game.
Just have a look at the way Defoe carried that puck through that defensive line. There was 3 Dogs in front of her, and she managed to find, with just some very subtle puck movement, you won't be able to see it on this replay, but if you wind it back on the YouTube feed, you'll see that she actually managed to get through 3 players before she tucked in that rebound.
It was a great...
And it was just some really nice subtle puck play. It wasn't great big dekes, it was just a little bit of a tickle.
Yeah, great first save by Best, but she'll be a little questioning just there, not able to keep her leg up on the post. And Michaela Piers just has a little bit of a equipment issue, and she'll just get that. I imagine it's the toe tie that they're just looking to fix up there. But we have a 2-2 game. It's Neela Brenning and Defoe for the Snipers, with Simone Leach and Danielle Butler for the Dogs. And we're in for another great finish here at the Pro Hockey League Winter Edition.
Well, it doesn't get much better, does it? Guys? It's all tied up with just 6 minutes to play. It's going to be pretty exciting the last couple of minutes. I'm not sure if they're stopping the clock for this. Looks like they are, which is good. They don't normally get stop time, but I think everyone watching this will be pretty pleased that we do.
Good thing we have linesman Norman Yan, the guy that can do it all. He plays goalie, he plays skater, he refs. The only thing he doesn't do is commentate, so at least our jobs are safe.
I don't know. He could probably do that as well.
But he's there fixing up Michaela Piers, and she looks good to go. So we'll have a puck drop here with just over 6 minutes remaining, and a 2-all enthralling draw so far here at IceHQ. So face-off won by the Snipers. That's sent in front, and Newman gets dumped. And Steph Cochran, captain of the Dogs, she'll collect that over the red line. Takes that deep. She'll take it wide, and Leach is going in front. Puck's in front, shot, save, and as they touch it up for the Snipers, no call just yet, but nice poke check there by Piers. And now Cien Pereira will blow the whistle, and the Snipers going back to the box. And the Dogs looking for an opportunity here late for the go-ahead goal on the power play.
We did say during the pre-game talk that penalties were going to be significant. If the snipers couldn't stay out of the box, it was going to cost them. And that's certainly what's happening now with something they certainly didn't need.
And look here, we've got the Dogs putting caution to the wind. They've got Godfrey, Butler, Cochran out here with Gallagher and Poulin up on the point. Face off won by Neela Brenning though. Cochran, captain, collects it. She's got it in the corner, sends it up to Butler. Butler back to the point for Gallagher. Gallagher takes a shot, goes to the corner. Cochran in front, and that just missed the stick of Godfrey, and the Snipers will be able to get it out. And here comes the captain, Georgia Moore. But a great back check by Butler, able just to stop that attack as the two stars there battle behind the net.
Snipers will need to be careful they don't overcommit here on this penalty kill, or they're going to end up with odd
Cochran has it, goes cross ice there for Godfrey. Godfrey around Raimondo, but a nice job just to take the body and send that out to the corner. Raimondo now being watched, back to Cochran, comes out there for Godfrey, nice move, but Neela Brenning. There's Poulin, takes the shot, saved by Piers with Godfrey on the doorstep. Puck now squirts out and Poulin forced out back, and she'll now bounce that off the wall, and Danielle Butler comes in. She's in on Tran, 37 on 37, Poulin down, puck comes out, and no hand up, so no penalty on that one as we stay 5 on 4. Godfrey has the puck. She has it to the backhand, and now the whistle will go as we have a crease violation as Stephanie Cochran was just standing a little too close to the blue paint there.
What we just saw there about 30 seconds ago was a game-defining save there by Michaela Pearce. That save she made on that deflection and the tip-in, that's kept the Snipers in this game, absolutely. That was a chance the Dogs had to really put it, really close the door, but that kept them in it. That was an absolute magnificent save there by Pearce.
Little wry smile on the bench by the coach, Riley Ellis. I think Danielle Butler feels a little hard done by as she was cutting to the front and took a stick to the skates and took a tumble, but no penalty there, so we'll stay 5 on 4. Puck now just squirts out, and it's Danielle Butler there battling with Emily Davis-Tope, and collected here by Poulin. She'll take it out wide. She's still got it, being watched there by Schreier. Still with it is Poulin. She'll stop up there in the corner and send that deep for Butler. Butler with it, cross ice, deflected there by Dufour back behind the net, but Butler still collects it. The penalty now done, it's 5 on 5. Butler still has the puck though. She sends it down to Godfrey. Godfrey looking in the center there, but collected by the Snipers, and here comes Emily Davis-Tope 1-on-2. The back check by Butler. Tope with a shot deflected off the stick of Gallagher and goes into the corner. Butler now with it. She sends that far, but collected there by Dufour. Nice stick check there by Mendham. And Godfrey, who's had a long shift, finally will get a chance to go to the bench. And the captain of the Snipers, Georgia Moore, sends that in, and it was Paige Cameron laying the body on the captain. And the Snipers now have their opportunity to capitalize here with just over 2 minutes left in the third.
Moore a little slow there to get up. Cameron will do the last 2 minutes in the box after that one, without a doubt. A little bit of excessive contact in there. It is a non-checking contest, but it is not non-contact, but sometimes it goes a little bit too far. This is the Snipers' big chance to get it back. They did it last week. They've got the odd player, the uneven numbers now, and if they can get organised quickly, we do have stop time with 3 minutes to go. So the clock has stopped. They don't have to panic. They can get themselves organised.
So over the bench here, we got Neela Brenning, Emily Davis-Tope, back to Raimondo though. So Raimondo on the point. She's being watched, gets that down to EDT. EDT sends that behind the net, and first to it will be Neela Brenning being watched by Briar Johnson. Brenning with it on the backhand, sends it out in front. It's Julia Tran, winds, takes the shot, but blocked by the dog Simone Leach. And chipped down by Mendham. First back, though, Emily Davis-Tope being watched. Nice little poise to move away from there. And we've got 3 on 3 coming through. Emily Davis-Tope, she's got Brenning. She drops it to her, but just a little miscommunication. But Julia Tran collects it and sends that deep. Davis-Tope here late, sends it to Brenning. Brenning with a shot, saved by Best. Back to Tran. Tran with a shot and another block by the Dogs. And here comes Mendham. Mendham on Raimondo, and Raimondo just able to get there first and block a shorthanded scoring opportunity.
Just over a minute and a half now to play, and around about a minute on the power play.
So that was a pass over to Raimondo, but just out of her reach with Ryland and collected there by Mendham. So Mendham just killing some time back there. Snipers forecheck. Leach has it now, and she'll just throw that one on net, and it bounces and cleared down the ice by Ryland, and best first to it, sending it up to Johnson. Johnson being watched there by the captain, Moore, who able to keep that deep, and smart play by Gallagher just to send that cross ice as she knows they're on the penalty kill.
With just 1 minute to play in the game and 30 seconds to go on this power play, if it is all tied up at the end, we will go straight to a penalty shootout.
So just the icing there by the Snipers. They've got 53 seconds here left in the game, 28 seconds left on the power play, just before the Doggies come back to 5-on-5. So we've seen a lot of late goals in this building, haven't we, Carl? I wonder if we're going to see a shootout or if one of these teams can finish it in regulation.
There's a good opportunity here for the Dogs if they can win this face-off and play back.
So Cochrane sends it over to the half wall, comes back to the point, shot there right on Piers, and first to it will be Heather Ryland. So the Snipers here still in the power play for another 20 seconds, not able to get it out. It's Steph Cochrane. She just delays, looks to send it deep, and gets it far into the corner. Puck comes back up, the captain Moore sends it across, and now here comes Quezada. Quezada over to DeFore, and a nice move, looking to get it back to Moore, but intercepted there by Godfrey. Godfrey now 5-on-5, 24 seconds remaining. Godfrey interskates, blocked there, shot by Cochrane, and a poke check there late by Poulin, but another save by Michaela Piers, who's now up to 29 saves here in the third period of this game.
Piers has certainly been keeping the Snipers alive in this third period, but so too that goal by Defer with 6 minutes and 59 on 5-on-5. So you've had two 5-on-5 goals this period, as opposed to the first two goals which were on power plays.
Ellis loading up for the Dogs again, and Cochrane won that face-off. She's got Butler with her. Cochrane still with it. There's 10 seconds remaining. Puck's behind the net. DeFore has it now. 8 seconds. It's now or never, and that puck goes down the length of the ice. Davis Tope will get there first. Tries to throw it in front, but that'll be it for regulation. A 2-2 enthralling draw so far, and we'll be sending it to the skills competition, the 3-player shootout.
Yeah, this will be going straight to a penalty shootout to get a result from this game.
Who are your shooters, Nikki?
Who are my shooters? Good question. Well, on the Dogs, I think a great shooter there would be their captain. She's really pulled through with this game, and I reckon she would be able to get around that goalie. But the Snipers goalie, Pierce, she's just been crushing it this game, and she's been quite poised and wanting to get that win for the Snipers.
Yeah, I think for me, for the Doggies, I think you're right. Steph Cochrane, smart choice. Danielle Butler has to be one of them coming up there. I think Godfrey as well. Sharna Godfrey been having a great game. If you look down the other way, I think Emily Davis Tope. It's tough, actually. You know, there's 4 that I'd be looking at. I'd be looking at Davis Tope, Neela Brenning, B. DeFore, but also Georgia Moore. I think it'd be one of those 4. What do you think, Carl?
Oh, for mine, absolutely. Brenning and Davis Tope. Davis Tope's probably been a bit unlucky this game. There's been so many chances where she's had good scoring opportunities and just run into a wall of Dogs and hasn't quite been able to get through it. So I think her 1-on-none on a goalie is a pretty good option, but we'll wait and see. But Brenning and Tope, without a doubt. And I'd go Georgia Moore, I think. Oh, and it's first up here for the Dogs is going to be Poulin, and this is every goalie's favorite part of the game, right? the 1-on-0 shootout. Quite unfortunate, but Poulin will go up first here for the Dogs up against Michaela Piers. First shootout. So the rules for a penalty shootout in this circumstance is once the puck starts moving forward, it's not allowed to go backwards, and they're only allowed one shot. So here comes Poulin in on Piers. Poulin shot, scores! First goal, 1-for-1. Marnie Poulin puts the Dogs up 1-0 here in the shootout. Beautiful shot. It just rode up off the shoulder of Piers. Wasn't much you could do about that one. She had pretty good positioning, and they have decided to run with B. Defer on the first penalty shoot for the Snipers. Yeah, you know, I'd always say as a goalie, shoot on the shootouts. It's a lot easier to kind of match the speed on the but here comes B. Defer. She winds, takes the shot, and makes no mistake. B. Defer pockets it blocker side and ties the shootout at 1. Defer makes everything look pretty easy. When she just skates down, it almost looks like she's coasting, and then rides the pony on the way past the bench to celebrate the goal. Just as we're waiting for Godfrey to come down, what I was getting at is every goalie, you're scared of matching the speed. You're worried about the deke. I think the shots are usually the best offer here, so let's see what Godfrey does in on Piers. Godfrey.
with the puck. Makes the deke, and she scores! Michaela Pierce not able to get the stick there, and Godfrey puts the puck in the back of the net as the Dogs go up 2-1. So I think Godfrey was a little different than what I was saying, right? Don't go the deke. But
it was a nice slow play and a slow goal, drawing out Pierce and then getting it around her.
So EDT, the woman in the blue helmet, she looks good, all matching tonight. Let's see if she can beat Kayla Best.
This is the one we've been waiting to see if she could score all day.
Davis Tope here, brings it wide. Nice little weight, takes the shot, and Kayla Best with the save as she pushed across there.
And it just hasn't been Davis Tope's day today. She's had a lot of opportunities, but just has not been able to convert them. Can't help but feel she's been a bit unlucky.
In my opinion, the one who's been all over the game today, Danielle Butler, she's got the puck, the game on her stick. Danielle Butler here to win it for the Dogs. Brings it in with speed, winds up, takes a shot and scores! Danielle Butler 3 for 3, and the Dogs take the first game here, 3-1 in the shootout. Great job there by the Doggies.
So the beautiful thing there from the point of view of the competition is we now have two teams on a 1 point, or at least I'm not sure exactly how it works with regards to shootout goals.
Yeah,
shootout points.
2 points for the Snipers, 2 points for the Dogs, or 3 points for the Snipers, 2 points for the Dogs, and Inferno coming in with nil. We'll have the Inferno and the Dogs up next week.
That's right, we certainly will, Gossie. It's been a fantastic game, and the girls with a good celebration now of the high standard that we've seen. I think that the early nerves that we were half expecting to see throughout the first period weren't there, which was terrific to see. The Dogs came out pretty hard and started the game with that lead through that early goal with Leach assisted by Butler and Godfrey on the power play. Brenning scored back in the second for the Snipers, unassisted again on the power play. A third period, Butler scored twice for the Dogs, and Beatrice DeFore unassisted for the... I tell a lie.
And it was another 30 save effort for Michaela Pierce as she put up 30 of 32. And Kayla Best did her best out there, making 18 saves out of 20 as she takes the first W of the season there for the Dogs.
Well, I think with a big difference too, Gossie and Nikki, was the penalties. The Snipers with 5, they gave away 10 minutes of penalty time. You just can't afford to do that. By comparison, the Dogs only gave away 6 minutes, so 4 minutes there of uneven play in favour of the Dogs, and it makes such a difference. You just can't afford to spend so much time in the box. They need to get that sorted out next week and just learn to play a little bit more to the referee. In terms of shots on there, the Dogs outshot the Snipers 32-20, which is a pretty damning statistic, especially in the third, with 13 shots to the Dogs to just a 5 by the Snipers. Snipers not able to get enough shots on. When they did, they looked dangerous. Davis Tope had some great runs on the net, but wasn't able to convert it, and she even didn't manage to put the puck in there on the penalty shootout either. So she'll be a little bit disappointed with that, but that's how it goes sometimes.
We're going to get a chance now to cut over to our man on the bench, Figures, and he's got Coach Riley Ellis there and Sharna Godfrey, who had one hell of a game and was able to pot that all-important second goal in the shootout. So take it away, Figures. Let's talk to our leading ladies.
Thank you very much, Anton. Yeah, that's right. I've got Coach Riley Ellis here and Sharna Godfrey. How happy are you guys after that fantastic effort? First game, come away with a win in a shootout. I'll start with you, Sharna. Great goal. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, first game of the season. It's nice to have it come down to a nail biter like that. Makes it really exciting, and really looking forward to the rest of the season to see what happens.
And you were sniffing around the net all night. Great positioning in front and behind the net and everything. How good did it feel to get that shootout goal?
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's me and the goalie, it's okay, but when anyone else, I've got a hole in my stick or something.
And Riley, how happy are you with your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, to be honest. Like, you never know what you're going to see out there, and I think the Snipers were again just like, you know, they fly under the radar for the first couple of periods, but you know that you can't discount them in the third. So B4 coming up big for them. But I think, in the end, we managed to, hold it out, so it was good.
And you're quite an exceptional player yourself. How does it feel being behind the bench this time?
It's actually quite nice. When I was watching them do their off-ice warm-up, I was like, this is so cruisy. No, it's hard to watch, to be honest, but no, I think there's so many younger players that are coming through, and it's really fun to watch them play as well, and to be able to, give them a little bit of input is nice. So, yeah, it's tough, but at the same time, I'm enjoying it.
Well, you're doing a great job so far. Thank you both for your time. Enjoy the win, and we'll see you next time. Thanks very much, Anton.
Beautiful. Thanks, Figure. So great little chat there with the winning dogs. Winners are grinners, but the competition is definitely heating up, right? And is that going to go well for the team on fire, the Inferno, who are going to have to go up against these dogs next week? What do you think, Nikki?
It's going to be interesting watching the dogs this game. They've definitely starting to get their feet, and you can see that they mesh very well. And if this is their first game, imagine what they're going to be like by the end of the season. And most of the players only met each other today, so they've definitely got a hell of a season ahead of them for the dogs. And we have next week, round 3, Friday the 16th at 7:40 p.m. here at IceHQ. The dogs will play the Inferno. Now that's a game to be watching.
Oh, for sure. I know we'll be excited, ready to stream it for you guys live, but definitely come out to IceHQ. It's a great place to watch these women play at a high level. There's great on the boards, on ice seating, also a lovely bar up in the warmth there with Chaz, in my opinion, the best hot chips in Melbourne. So we look forward to seeing you here live or on the stream next week. Carl, take us home.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for being part of our broadcast. Welcome to Nikki for helping us out this evening. It's been great having you along, and of course, Gossie, the man who gets the kangaroo to jump across the creek. I'm not quite sure how you managed to get that one in, but we're all very impressed. So we are back on Friday the 16th at 7:40 here at IceHQ for the Reservoir Dogs in the Inferno. Bring it on.